Hi chat, welcome in everyone. Oh hey, I can actually see the stream again. Is this lagging on beyond belief? No. Intriguing. Welcome in everyone. Hello Will. Hello Michael. Hello JK. Hi. Nice. I spent half of today thinking that I was going to be cooking tomorrow's dinner tonight. Sit down and try and figure out what all I need for my lasagna after thinking about, it's summertime. I don't want to go with traditional lasagna. And so why don't we do chicken and bacon, and it's summer, so squash. And then looked at the calendar to see what I would have to buy for Monday, and oh, I'm doing that tomorrow. Not to say that I'm not excited for making hamburgers and milkshakes. With a J. I really need to get on my laundry game. I'm slacking, chat. I've been slacking a lot the last couple of days. Like, overslept today. I mean, it's Sunday, but overslept. And, yeah. I need to get with it. Oh, hey, we come back to me being annoyed by autofocus. Let's see if I can't correct the autofocus here real quick. Batteries are getting weak in the whip. Thank you for joining me tonight, everyone. Wow, words hard. Thank you for joining me, everyone, tonight. Cheers. What do we start with here with our burgers? Probably fries. I did buy buns tonight, chat. I went with the classic seeded Wonder Bread white bread bun. I guess we're going skin on with the fries tonight, chat. I didn't think about it too much. I'm gonna use cast iron, but yeah, same premise. I do enjoy a grilled burger, though, too. I mean, there's certainly something for the smokiness and the... Thinking back to my cousin's wedding, they had a great smoked burger for the, like, morning after family lunch thing. I'm still regretting the fact that I put cheese on that thing. Well, Burger King is not really, like, that's marketing. Like, I'm talking family campfire, grilled burgers with good meat. Or smoked, as I was saying. But yeah, Burger King, like, they do things like paint their markings on their burgers and stuff like that. Like, that is not, like, legally, it is flame broiled, but that's about it. I remember, like, enjoying the toys that you would get as a kid. I don't remember being, like, excited for them. Like, we gotta go to McDonald's because they have this such and such toy. And now it's turned into this, like, weird collectibles cult thing. Let's get these all nicely coated in some oil so they don't oxidize before we get them in the oven, because I don't even have the oven on yet. Let's fix that. Now see, butter with the bun is sort of an art. Like, you can definitely overdo that because you can turn the bun, like, into a soggy mess. And it's almost a place where I advocate that fake butter flavor for, like, use butter with fake butter flavor to enhance the butter on it. And this is the point I double check. Yep, definitely do not have any MSG left in the house at all. None whatsoever. I've always had a thing sort of for like the Greasy Spoon sub shop that all the locals eat at. I think I've sort of talked about this before, but like growing up there was a place my parents used to like to go to that I used to like to go to because of the games they had. They had like video games and stuff like that. But as I got older, I loved their like absolutely greasy, horrible for you, slathered in Italian dressing, fall apart from the liquid subs. And in LA, there was another one in San Pedro where it was just like the locals joint and absolutely junk meat, like just full of flavor though. I sort of want to recreate that sub shop from... Like, they sold pizza too, by the way. Like, we would go there as I was getting older. I would get a sub and my parents would get the slices of square pieces of pizza and sit there and, like, remove all of the oil off of it because it was just, like, covered in oil pizza. You know, they had the cup and char pepperoni cups with the skin on them so they tighten up. We'll do the heavy seasoning of the fries after they come out of the oven tonight. We'll just hit them with salt and oil to start. I haven't found any place like that here in Sonoma, but there isn't a ton of, most of the, I just haven't found that here in Sonoma. Maybe it doesn't exist anymore. I mean, mom and pop shops have not been doing well the last decades. Yay for bots. We'll keep this for the beef. Not happy with that ground meat at all. I am so frustrated with that store. I started going back to them recently because I was annoyed with other stores more. But since we're doing just burgers with this, little soy. Worcestershire. Yeah, this is nice getting able to see the stream and everything. Panning? Pretty sure panning. Isn't that the term that they use for coating candies and sugar in rolling pans? Isn't that panning? I don't know offhand, but nice meter. Darn it. Hi, chat. Hi, Buns. I hear music. I see music going out. Well, today is technically Hamburger Day. However, there's also technically 3 hamburger days. So the one that's most popular is in May, There's also this one. And then I think there's also one in December. And it's also chocolate milk day. Or no, it's milk chocolate day. Not chocolate milk. Milk chocolate. I guess I'm sort of stretching, but we're doing hamburgers and chocolate milkshakes. Yeah, a hamburger is a burger, and a cheeseburger has cheese. Well, we've officially entered no news but Olympic news season. It's sort of crazy how it just takes over the world for 2 weeks. I'm also going to, well, let's see. Do I have good ones to use for this? I'm going to add a little bit of breadcrumb. But that's because I added the soy and the Worcestershire. And I'm going to add some salt, which is going to draw out some of the meat moisture. Meat moisture. I'm sure that's everyone's favorite term. That one's a little small compared to the first one. largely it's marketing once it gets to a supermarket, but heirloom breeds are very much a thing. If you get what I mean by that. Heirlooms are like, it's very much marketing once it gets to a supermarket, because we've narrowed down the things that are available to you at a supermarket to like one or two things. The actual variety out there in nature is just so great that just about anything that isn't mainstream is heirloom these days. But there is heirlooms. Let me give you an idea of this. I can show you very, very concisely. Give me one moment, I gotta go grab something back here. I've showed this before on stream. It's been a while though. And it's a couple of years old now, but it'll be useful for this. Let's see, tomatoes. This is the Rare Seeds catalog, or the whole seed catalog, rareseeds.com. Not an endorsement of the company. There's all sorts of seed companies out there, and this is just one of them. And so we have the tomato section of the seeds that you can order. But, I mean, this goes on for quite a while here, chat. Oh, I guess we got there. But at the same time, if you go to, like, a festival like the National Heirloom Expo, which occasionally used to regularly be in Santa Rosa, but they seem to be moving around these days. Like, you can go in there and they have just tables and tables and tables of individually labeled tomatoes. Like, if you deep dive on my Instagram, like, towards the, like, beginnings of it, I have photos from going to that expo there, and just all of the variety that's possible. Like, they have... It's like a convention-sized center. I mean, it's the same space that they use for the county fair and the large warehouse-like display areas. And it's just tables and tables and tables and tables of individual... Like, there's like one or maybe two of a variety with a label. The entire place is just filled with it. And most of the people are there are like, this is just a small sample of what we actually grow. Like there was a guy there that goes there with his garlic, and he brings like over 100 different varieties of garlic to the show and grows several thousand. Like, there is all sorts of veggies out there that, if your only experience is what's available at Whole Foods, yeah, I feel like we need much better food education in this country and this world. Is that enough of an heirloom answer to your question? I'm talky tonight, chat. Get your questions in now, while I'm actually answering them. Black garlic is a very interesting product. Very obviously being pushed by some of corporate America right now. If you're unfamiliar with black garlic, I've done an ingredient challenge with black garlic. It is, I might actually have some on my shelf over there. It's been there for a while though. Black garlic is very slowly roasted garlic. And for a long period. Like, they roast it, like, they, like, heat up caves and pack them and let them cook for days. That's funny because it's not, like, it may be strong compared to some of the garlic I find in supermarkets these days, but it's very mellow and, like, caramelized compared to standard garlic. It's much more mellow. I'm killing the flavor in the rest of that tomato. But then again, I bought it from the place with open air. For those that are unfamiliar, tomatoes, when they drop below, I forget what the exact temperature, it's somewhere between 50 and 55 degrees Fahrenheit, they kill enzymes, or enzymes die off, bacteria enzymes die off, and a good portion of the flavor of your fresh garden-picked tomato dies at that point, which is why you never want your tomatoes refrigerated. And you only refrigerate them after you cut into them, or they're getting to the point where they're past their peak. Wow, tonight's dinner is not all that complicated now that I think about it. We're definitely going to clean this lettuce though, because I grabbed it and my hand felt gritty after I grabbed it at the store. Yeah, But making the burger buns wouldn't make that much more of a, like, there'd be more kneading time, but I'd still have to sit here and wait for it to proof. Hey, Miss Subsy. And that one's a little bit off the top. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It has been a royal Sunday for me. I've talked before about how usually mentally Mondays tend to be sort of like my Sunday after, like, basically my entire life up until now. Mondays have been my Sunday. Whether it was restaurants, school, my own business, because there was no farmers markets on Mondays. Can you see that lovely watercolor? And all the greens have left in there. Yummy, yummy. May you ask what garlic black garlic? Absolutely. Black garlic tastes like garlic. It is garlic. It's just garlic that's essentially been cooked for a very long time at a relatively low temperature so that it, like, deeply cooks throughout. It's in many ways mellower, but it's also in many ways got more depth to it and more complex, and, like, it's great for things that you're gonna infuse, like black garlic aiolis and things like that. I wouldn't so much want to use it in place of garlic in normal cooking. Does that somewhat answer your question? Hopefully. Maybe. Potentially. I guess I could have made my own pickles too, but these guys make some, like, guys make some pretty good pickles. They aren't as good as they used to be, though. They've changed something over the years. They're either, I think it's probably because they've they've caught on and they've ramped up production. They may not have actually changed the recipe, but through the process and increasing the process and all that, they just don't. Let's see, let's give this one a shot. Still a pretty amazing pickle. Don't think it's still don't think it hits as hard as they used to. Well, we're still getting the occasional missed frame here and there, but we're also back to me having live chat and alerts in front of me over here, and an actual live preview of stream, so those are cool. And I'm streaming to Kick again. Hey, Simpsons. I'm debating if I want to do... I think I'm going to saute the shallots before. I was thinking I was going to do the shallots after I do the burgers. Do them in the same pan and use the fat, but maybe we'll do that the other way around. We'll use the oil from the shallots in with the burgers. Music, where'd you go? Zoom right. And we'll throw our taters in. Taters in the oven, 400 degrees. We're going to give them 20 minutes, and then I'm going to flip them over. We'll probably give them another 10 after that, 10 to 20 after that, depending on your preference of crispiness and all that. I'm actually sort of leaning towards liking oven-baked fries at home more than fried fries at home. I'm not disputing the deliciousness of fried French fries at, Five Guys or wherever your favorite place to get fries is, McDonald's. I'm just thinking in the home, because when you get it from a restaurant, you actually get it and eat it quicker than you will at home. And so I think that they actually don't hold up as well at home. Like, it's like, if it's a decent and fast place, they're getting fried and dumped into containers and into your thing and out the door. Versus at home, you're putting your burger together, you're setting the fries on the plate, you're taking photos and chatting with chat. Yep, totally chat's fault. It's always chat's fault. Don't you know this, chat? Like, haven't you seen any other streams out there? It's always chat's fault. You know, someone's stream sniping. And flame off on that. Just use the pan to finish cooking them through. There's already some of them that are on the edge of over. Trying to keep them from being stacked. Chat, do you like your tomato thick, thin? Same thing for onions. Do you like your tomatoes thin, thick? Onions and... Do you want onion on your burger? Like, that's an In-N-Out thing. They ask you if you even want onion on your burger. Now see, I'm not normally a fan of tomato on my burgers outside of In-N-Out. Like, for some reason, In-N-Out is just nailed putting a raw tomato on a burger in my mind. Onion, and I like onion, and I typically go for raw onion too. Sweet onion. I'm doing this because I have the shallots. So I'm doing thin tomato, fresh heirloom, and hoping to get it towards In-N-Out style. Like, I like animal style burgers where they sear them with mustard and all that good stuff, but give me the regular onion. I don't want the... Actually, speaking of that, I might sear my burgers with mustard tonight. What about pickles, chat? Are we for pickles or are we against pickles? I'm having jokes about club sandwiches pop up in my head right now. Are you for Philly toothpicks? Awesome, we should start a club. Some of the greatest comedians gone way too early. Take or leave pickles, against pickles. What about pickle on the side? Like wedge pickles. Like pickles on the burger, I'm sort of iffy on if it's going to be a veggie filled burger. Like if you got, the real fresh lettuce and nice slice of tomato and pickles and onion, I want all of that. But separate, just the pickles on a burger, I'm much less cool with. Like the McDonald's cheeseburger, pickles with a bunch of sauce, no. Now see, wedge pickles I am a big advocate for. I'm a big fan of that when it comes to, the bar burger. If only because, especially with a beer, it is so great for cutting through with the acidity to just absolutely wipe out your palate. Start anew with the next fight. The neon green McDonald's pickles. I swear they put coloring in those things. I don't know, maybe they're different down in Australia. In fact, I assume they probably are. You guys get all the cool foods. We just get the, It's all Australian and Japanese when it comes to the fast food stuff. It's like, why don't we get that? I want that heart attack. I've already done I've done both the brie burger and the what was the other one? The mac and cheese fried chicken sandwich, where you had 2 pucks of fried macaroni and cheese as your buns for a chicken sandwich. Yeah, I'm not big on thick pickles when it's... Well, I'm not a big fan of thick pickles. Just gonna shut up. Exactly, Kip. I don't want them thick on the sandwich. But to be honest, I don't really follow, like, I get some of it put in front of me as far as news about what's going on with fast food, but I don't really like, oh, they have this there and this there, because I don't really, like, about the most recent thing that I can remember being a big thing is the whole Cheez-It Taco Bell thing, which I did before them. I made Cheez-It tacos before Taco Bell. Maybe that's part of it too. Like, I live a very low ad experience life. Like, I subscribe to Turbo. I do everything possible that I can find to avoid ads. And so I don't see a lot of the old school and current, like, TV style ads. So I don't see any of that. I don't get the Jack in the Box, stuff all the time. I used to get it constantly. Like, you cannot if you listen to the radio in LA, you cannot avoid Jack in the Box commercials. But the radio in my truck hasn't worked for like a year now, so... Some of those are really good. I haven't really gotten into... I should search for some of those, but, like, some of those are really good. The reviewers. At the same time, I hate what the reviewers do to a small business. And you see, whether it's manufactured fake drama or real drama, like, it's silly. You get things with, what's his name, Barstool, getting into fights over pizza when, like, he's supposed to be like, get over it. We all genetically taste differently. So, like, on one hand, I like the reviews, and the other hand, I sit there and think about the people running that business that are going to be like, okay, this one specific meal on this specific day to this random person that I've never seen before. There's actually books that the fine dining restaurants keep of pictures of people to look for in their restaurant, like reviewers and stuff like that. This is a little bit of an older thing than it is modern, but it used to be like the New York Times reviewers, the Michelin reviewers, all of the different people that were that sort of a thing. They kept their pictures out of the public, and the restaurants would go and find these photos of them or take photos of them and use them to make sure their staff doesn't allow such and such in without us knowing. It's actually sort of the most recent food drink reviewer just retired on New York Times, and it's sort of like the ending. He posted his photo as sort of like part of his final review. Michael. I gotta look that one up though. Leberkäse is a meatloaf-like dish that originated in southern Germany and is also found in Austria and Switzerland. I'm going off of Google AI here. Name translates to liver cheese, but doesn't actually contain liver or cheese. It's made by finely grinding, packing together various meats and other ingredients into loaves and baking until they have a brown crust. Can be eaten warm or cold, and the crusty ends are considered the best part. Sounds like meatloaf minus the tomato top, and praising the crispy outside instead. Which might be the better way to do it. Sitting here wondering how you can get that wonderfully thick, like almost like frosting consistency tomato top that you get on a good meatloaf and still get the crispy cooked outside of the meat. We're getting here, chat. Let's take a look at these taters. They still hit about a minute and a half on their timer, but we can flip them a little bit early. Zoom right. Where are the... I guess I don't have them. Don't know where my tweezers went. I don't know how much the browning's coming across. It's quite light on some of these, but they are looking just on the edge, ready to be flipped. They're certainly cooked through at this point. Most of them are I'm having to be fragile with them and make sure that they're not breaking. Some of them have broken. Like that one. Back in the oven. And flame on our small pan here that I'm gonna do our burgers in. Maybe I should do... Let's do the flat top, chat. Let's do the flat top. Flat top. over on the stove. Hmm. 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 Cooking all three of these and then wrapping for later. It's my preferred method when it comes to burgers, even with the toppings. Very light with the mayo on these for searing. By the way, these used to be one of the most found products in food that places got sued for. That was a recent food news thing. I forget what state it was, but one of the states ruled that finding bones, a company could not be found liable for a customer finding bones in their boneless chicken. In boneless wings or something like that. Which, in general, if you've got something in your food that would naturally be there, generally a restaurant's not going to get in trouble. Like, if you find fish bones in your fish stew, or chicken in any real chicken product. even if they say it's boneless. Chat, are we pro-bone or anti-bone when it comes to your wings? There's a joke in there somewhere. I will take that into note if I ever make chicken wings on stream again. Don't do chicken wings very often. Too much work. I'm sort of with you. I'm not a fan of giving the person eating work. Like, I don't want them to have to... I'm not big on serving things with the bones in. I'm not big in... Like, I don't... You're there to enjoy the experience, and yeah, if it's somehow part of the experience, you know, like fajitas, it's sort of cool putting them together. But I don't want extra work when I'm there to enjoy the experience. Lots of flour on the bottom of that bun. Flavor-wise and texture-wise, like, I wish I could get the little bit of the crunch and gristle with a boneless, but they completely remove all of that. It's because they can sell it. Got a little extra mayo on the counter. Xanthan gum. Plant mucus. Actually, is that along that line? I want to say it's along the line of like aloe almost in the way that's harvested. The thing is that the reason I was hesitant to go for the flat top chap is I'm relatively certain I'm going to get a better sear with that, but I can do all three at once on the flat top. Don't want to waste the butter solids. Set a 10-minute timer so to make sure I don't let those fries go too far. In a toaster? Heresy. Actually, I wish I had one of those conveyor belt toasters that lets you get the, like, perfect setting. Not sure where it was I worked at that had, like, I think I've had those to use in a couple of businesses, but I was fascinated at one point in my life as a part of my normal daily setup of getting the perfect toast on my conveyor belt toaster. Because everyone else always messed with it after I was gone. Chat, watching paint dry, watching buns toast. What's your... I don't know, this or searing sausages, I don't know which is worst. Was that a stretch? That one's looking pretty. Give that one another moment here. We'll take that one off though. Oh yeah. There, you're in front of a little oven. But if you're on the line, it just doesn't generally matter too much. Unless you're in some fancy place where they have all sorts of air conditioning and it's like typically open air kitchens or open you can see into them kitchens are a little bit more comfortable. Otherwise, get back in your hole. I honestly like the concept of open air kitchens or open to the restaurant kitchens more for the cook's sake than for the public's sake of thinking the kitchen's actually clean. Because in most cases, at best, you're seeing above counter height as a customer. You aren't seeing the floors, you aren't seeing the actual counters, you aren't seeing, like, if you're lucky, you can see the cooking surfaces. It's not really a good judge of how clean it is. But it does put it in a situation where the boss looks like an ass if he's berating his staff. And, you know, there's a lot of good benefits to it to the staff. That was the other thing. I was talking earlier about the sort of like greasy spoon sub joint. That's also a good thing about many of those, like both of the places that I was talking about, both in California and back home, were like open. You saw them sitting there making the subs to order. You saw them making everything there. I have sort of this fascination for that old school, like soda jerk stand style service where, like, I sort of dream the idea of a restaurant concept where you have like 3 different cooks that are both your cooks and your waiters. Along the lines of what's his name's place, David Chang's old restaurant. But not with noodles. I'm gonna try this tonight, chat. Oh, hey. There's still plastic on my Grey Poupon. What are you doing in there? I'm not supposed to put knives in there anymore. That was my new rule. My new rule is I can't put... You normally can't put knives in the sink. Like, that's just a good general rule. You don't put knives in the sink. I'm trying to not put my knives in my drying rack either. That can be true too. We're gonna try and put a little mustard on these, sear some mustard into these tonight and see how that works. Ooh, Simpsis. Not to call you out, I mean, you were chatting earlier. That looks gorgeous. Heat back up to full. I'm gonna wait for that to get a little smoky. Almost done with our fries here. In fact, we are done with these fries. I'm gonna leave those in the oven though. The front of them looks done. We're gonna turn them 180 degrees and let them sit for a couple minutes in there. Salt in the burgers. We're right on the edge of being smoky. There's some light whiffs of smoke going there. Remember, steam burns, chat. I got a light steam burn there, not enough that it's going to do any damage beyond just irritating me, but... Well, actually, it probably did do damage since it's irritating me, but it's not going to be visually noticeable. Yeah, it's one of those ones that you don't really think about until you get either at least a close call with it or it actually burns you. Oh, Finn Pintoad, how you doing tonight? For anyone wondering the weight on these burgers tonight, these are 2/3 burgers. Is there a better way to say that? But those 3 patties were 1.5 pounds. Yep, my kettle's gotten me once or twice too. It's before I learned to pay attention to where the little steam thingy is on it, because it's got this very small little hole that'll let steam out when it's at a boil. 2/3 burger being 2/3 of a pound. Like normally they do 1/2 pounds or 1/4 pound burgers. Well, let me put it this way. Your average fast food burger is probably 2 to 3 ounces. You commonly have 1/4 pounder burgers. You very famously have McDonald's selling a 1/4 pounder burger. That is a 1/4 pound before it is seared, before it is cooked. And so, I don't know that there's anyone that really sells a 2/3 burger other than maybe a bar somewhere. But that's what the math tonight sort of works out to. Depends on your definition. These days, mostly using it for streaming to give people an easy idea of what I do. But I have worked in kitchens as a chef and business owner and cook and mistakenly shutting my music off. But I've been primarily streaming for the last 5 years. Music, where art thou? Yeah, we'll center it. We're just doing the shallots on one of these. or shallot. Is one shallot. Yeah, you can certainly get into, like, there's something to be said for ratio of fixings and bun to how much meat there is. I've turned the flame off on the burgers. We're just coasting. I tend to like them thinner and smaller if they're going to be flat top burgers, and heftier and thicker and more of a, like, you can tell more of the grind when it comes to like a grilled burger. Like, I very much have appreciation for the thick grilled Five Guys style, but I wouldn't probably say it's my favorite burger. It's an art, Pinto. It's definitely an art. You can do it, Stream Deck. There you go, Stream Deck. I got new 90-degree angle thing. I can open booze cabinet without knocking the camera now. Burger fries. Let's get our fries out here. Oops. Not on camera for the fry plating. Oops. Gonna make the pickle visible for the photo. Thank you. Do I do 1 or 2 on the... I think we're gonna go for 2. Take some photos, and we'll get into dessert, because I haven't even started that. Where's my camera? Where's my phone? Now, for dessert, this can't get much simpler. Start off with some Strauss organic chocolate ice cream. Dutch chocolate ice cream, which I think is your best option out there if it's available to you. As far as plain chocolate ice cream, this stuff is quite amazing. And then Strauss organic chocolate milk, which they put enough cocoa in it that the cocoa settles to the bottom. You got to give it a good shake up. Did we finish our playlist? No, it just stopped playing in the middle of the song again because I touched my earbud. Chocolate milk. Guessing the ratio there. Muting for the blender. Got our frozen glass there, and You gotta get out the fancy... Well, you're gonna have to clean it because it's been sitting up there for ages, but... Gotta get out the fancy... fancy glass Slurpee-like straws that I got, and I hardly ever use anymore. These cute little things are just like Slurpee straws. They've got a hole in them, and it's a glass straw. Yeah. You can go even lighter than that. Other than I'm trying to get it all over myself, yes, I agree, it looks amazing. And they nailed their chocolate flavor, chat. Like, I know Strauss is not hugely widely distributed. They nailed that cocoa flavor. So this is like not only, you know, freshness, flavor made at home, easy. Yeah. Yeah, it helps that I mute for that, isn't it, Penta? Because it is not quiet. It is not quiet. With Kahlua? I've done all sorts of stuff with Kahlua. I don't know that I've made shakes with it. The problem with shakes and alcohol, chat, is alcohol is not going to work. Like, it's going to break things down to liquids quicker. It doesn't... What I have back there hidden in the corner, Pentode, is a Vitamix XL. I had it for my business in the past. It is very much a commercial option as far as blenders. This is the small little baby container for that blender back there. This thing will handle... Can I even get to that easily? Board only. Board only. This one will also handle this container. It'll blend 1.5 gallons at a time. I joked with my employees that that thing costs more than a small car or an old cheap car. Back when I bought it, it was. You know, that's not a knife. That's a knife. But I was using it to blend soups to sell and stuff like that, and so it made sense for my business. Delicious. Delicious. So there you have it, folks. That's going to be Sunday for us. Be back here tomorrow night. We're making lasagna tomorrow. But I'm going to be doing sort of a little more summery, maybe a little bit lighter lasagna. Going to be using chicken, bacon, and squash. I'm actually on the fence whether I even want to throw any tomatoes at all in this. Let me know what you think, chat. Should I throw tomatoes in it or not? I'm not going to make tomato sauce. But that is tomorrow night. We also always got the vote going in the Discord for Wednesdays. For what's ingredient of the week that I have to make dinner and dessert using. I hope you come back to join me for both of those. Penta. Hamilton Beach makes some decent bar blenders. They do some quality products. I hope you all have an amazing evening. I hope you had an amazing weekend. Here's to another great week coming to you. And, good night. See if there's anyone out there to raid tonight.